Good morning, everyone. Today is the last day of the 4 days. Can we get a cheer? Or do you want to go tomorrow? Tomorrow? Yes. Yes. Okay. Right, so I'm not here as the joker, unfortunately. I want to quickly share with you something. I'll just reintroduce myself. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm with the organization Cause for Justice. And we are privileged to have been one of the co-hosts of this event with the City of Cape Town. We're really indebted to the National Department of Social Development for sending Gian all the way down to Cape Town. And for starters, I wonder how many of you have looked at this banner to my left and thought, what on earth is this? Anyone? Okay. Right, so what I'm here to do today is to share a bit about this new initiative, the Center Against Sexual Exploitation. It's something that Cause for Justice as an organization has been involved in as a steering committee partner to develop over the last, let's say, 18 months or so. And so I'm going to jump right into this and just say that if you look at how, for example, in the United States, the lobby against sexual exploitation is organized, they also have what is called the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, which is based in Washington, D.C. And the purpose of that organization really is to serve the rest of the movement as a center, a hub, where there's an opportunity to come together, to share information, share expertise, and that kind of thing. To be a technical partner, basically, for the lobby in the US. And so I'm going to share a little bit more about what we're trying to do in South Africa. So point number one, what is Case SA, right? You can see there, Center Against Sexual Exploitation South Africa. We say that there are 3 areas on which we want to focus. The one is educate, the second is empower, the third, eradicate. Educate society on the harms of pornography and other forms of sexual exploitation, empower people to protect themselves and others from exposure to pornography and other forms of sexual exploitation, how to respond to exposure and how to recover from the effects of exposure. Thirdly, eradicate the distribution of pornography and prevent other forms of sexual exploitation to the fullest extent allowable by South African law. Then, you would have seen on the banner, I put it up on the board again, the vision, creating a society free of pornography and sexual exploitation, where everyone's inherent dignity is respected and protected. Mission, to relentlessly pursue the protection of everyone's inherent dignity or worth through education, empowerment, and the eradication of pornography and other forms of sexual exploitation in our society. Then, in terms of actions, how do we propose to do this? So there are 6 things. The first one is education and training. The second one is advocacy, both awareness and also keeping people accountable to commitments they've made, whether it be the state, whether it be big companies, corporates, and so on. Third one is law and policy making. I believe Liesl would have shared a little bit of what Cause for Justice has done over the course of its existence in relation to law making, policy making, litigation, to the extent that it's necessary in the courts. The fourth one is research and statistics. There's a lot of statistics outside of South Africa about the impact of pornography on society, on individuals, on different aspects of the individual's life, as well as relationships and so on. But in South Africa, the research is quite scant. It hasn't really been a focus, for example, the South African Medical Research Council and other research institutions like universities and so on. So it is really time that South Africa caught up in respect of research and statistics. I will just say that the Youth Research Unit at UNISA's Bureau of Market Research, they have done quite a bit of research in this area, and they are the leading research institute in relation to pornography and its impact on society and on other forms of sexual exploitation. Then fifthly, resources and technical solutions. We'd want to get resources that are available out to where the need is, especially if it's technical in nature. around how you can safeguard your house and your school and things like that against this material. 6 is partnership and thought leadership. So what I mentioned in the start, to really be a servant to the rest of the anti-exploitation community in South Africa. We've got a bit of a track record starting back in 2013 when we took on Top TV and ICASA and so on. So we've built up a bit of intellectual capital in this field over 6 years, which we would love to share and contribute to the rest of the movement. Then, just to touch on some projects, I mentioned the porn-proofing of schools and homes. We do a parent talk. There's the Brain Art World documentary. The Coalition to End Sexual Exploitation Global Summit, where I presented this year, and also just quickly touched on what we are developing down in South Africa. There's the South African Law Reform Commission project, which is currently ongoing, reviewing the legislation applicable to children as regards pornography, how that impacts on their lives. Then the fourth one there is 16 Days of Activism for No Violence Against Women and Children, an annual campaign running from 25 November to 10 December, and that's something that we support annually and we take part in. You would have seen on Monday, on the first day, which was Tuesday, you would have received a little pamphlet like this, which is just a promotion of the parent talks that we do with some resources at the back. I've just reproduced that on the slides. Then also, we have a license to screen in South Africa a documentary called Brain Art World of an organization called Fight the New Drug. They're based in the USA, but they've done this amazing work, 3 30-minute slots, focusing on the impact of pornography on the brain, on the heart, and on the world, on society. And so we can screen this for organizations, communities, churches, whoever, schools, who have a need to educate their learners, and it's also suitable for students, so more or less from the age of 14 and up. Okay, then I'll quickly touch on this, porn-proofing schools and homes. We're busy with a very exciting project. We're doing an animation to really break down the process of securing your school or home against pornography exposure, to protect children basically, consisting of 5 very basic steps, starting with choosing an internet service provider that already includes filtering in their package, in their service to you, then securing your Wi-Fi router, because there's certain technological solutions you can apply to your router to safeguard your home or school community. Then the third one would be secure individual devices. And we're partnering with an organization called IME Movement. They are sub-licensed to, in South Africa, distribute license for a program called Custodio. And that is something that you can apply to your house, to your home environment, or to your school environment. One of your devices will be the administrator, runs with a dashboard, and you load all of the other devices in your community as sub-devices that you can then assist with filtering and blocking and that kind of thing. So that would be the third step. Fourth would be assistance with school policies. Because you really need policies in place at your school that can enforce the safe environment. If that's not in place, it's the easiest thing for people to just pull out and say, well, I don't want to commit to this, count me out. So it's important for policy to support your efforts. And the fifth one is right at the bottom, it's a foundation. It's your culture, your values, your ethos within your school environment. If that is not there as a foundation, you are going to be busy with activities, but it will not be inculcated. It will not actually be part of people's culture and values. And then right at the bottom, maybe some of you won't be able to see, but there's also some things you can do to maintain your porn-proof status, so to speak. So this is something we're busy finalizing. Hopefully we can roll it out in the next couple of weeks. I say it's going to be an animation, something very short, but we are really excited about that project. Okay, then the last one, 16 days of activism for no violence against women and children. This is just a screenshot from the South African Parliament's website. Obviously every country, not every country, most countries in the world, they run a campaign of sorts that is aligned with the United Nations global campaign. And I want to finish off by playing you a video. It's quite long, it's about 12 minutes, right? But I'm hoping that this could be something of value to you, and we're going to try and do it now. Hopefully it will be successful. So I'm going to conclude here. Thank you very much for listening to me. And again, I think it's been said over and over this week, we are so excited about the prospect of working together in collaboration, being support structures for each other. And with that, I'm going to leave you.